Hello everybody, this is Mary Beth the Jersey Girl Crafts. I am in New Jersey where I live with my boyfriend and my 4 cats, along with a few stray cats that live in the backyard. This is episode 22 and today is September 21st and it is 3:30 in the afternoon. The boyfriend will be home soon, so it's going to be a fast podcast because I really don't have much to show. I'll go over a couple little things with you. I have a little tour that maybe I'll show you if I could figure out how to do the camera correctly so I can turn it around. If not, I'll just kind of move the camera around and then apologize if you get motion sick. This whip has been on my needles forever. This is the flax sweater that I'm making. I'm making my mother. And here's where I left off weeks ago on the one sleeve. This sleeve is being hung on, and on the front of the sweater I actually put my little label, The Jersey Girl Crafts by Mary Beth. And I stopped working on this because I started moving around my craft room. If you could see behind me, all of this yarn, more back there. We're moving the craft room around, and in the midst of moving all this around, I lost the pattern. So I lost where I am on the sleeve, if I've done the decreases yet. I don't know where I am. So I started looking through everything, all the paperwork in here. I have 2 little cubbies down here to the right of me where I keep like my bill book and my passwords, along with my Jersey Girl Crafts notebook where I keep all my notes of the podcasts. And then I have other stuff down here. And for the life of me, I don't know where that pattern went. I can't find it. So that's on hold until, look at this hair. Isn't this, look, all this gray. It's awful. I can't get into my stylist at all. Seems like she only works on Thursdays now, which really sucks. Anyhow, enough complaining. So I'm doing that, and then I'm doing my socks, which are over here. And oh, I was so proud of myself. I got done with this part of the sock. Those colors are really coming out nice today. And I have to just do an afterthought heel. Well, I had counted up and I decided where I wanted the heel. When I did that, I then finished the next one. And here's the afterthought heel. Here's the toe. And I had the whole cuff done. Well, after doing both toes and cuffs, this sock was so much longer. It didn't occur to me to measure. I mean, I know I asked for approximately 12 to 13 inches, I think it was, on the tubes that I ordered. I just assumed they were even. Don't assume. Don't assume. Because this one, now they're even. This one I had to take off. Let me see if I could show you how much I had to take off. It was a couple of inches longer. Whoop, dropped it. All of this yarn was taken off. So I had to pull it all back, and for the first time ever, I actually picked up live stitches. Like I pulled it out and I picked it up and I recounted, and so yeah, I had to start this one all over again. And now I'll just count up the rows to where I'm going to put the heel, and I'll match the heel up to here, and then those socks will finally be done. I don't know what it was, like the last few weeks, and it's living in my Mrs. Brown's bag. Love it. Look at that. So pretty. So it's been living in there. And I got frustrated and I started the heel again, and then I put it down because I was frustrated. So I picked up, well, I've been working on my craft room. That's why it's such a mess back there. One of the reasons. The boyfriend is now in the office totally, so all the scrap in here is mine, except for a few things over here on the futon, which is his. But everything else in here is all my crap. I did de-stash, and I took 7 bags of yarn to Goodwill. And I was surprised because I took about 4 bags of, and I'm talking big shopping bags. Even a small, well, not small, the tall kitchen garbage bags, I took to the Goodwill one day, and the woman seemed really excited about it. And then, excuse me, my hands are so dry and they hurt. So I'm going to put some lotion on. And I just use working hands because they're so dry. Anyhow, rant. I took, 4 bags there, and she seemed excited about it. So I'm like, oh, cool. At least I know it's going to go to someone who really appreciates it. Because she mentioned a worker's name in there. And we'll call her Adele because it started with an A, and I don't know. I don't remember. She goes, oh, Adele's going to be excited, The yarn is here. So I got excited about that. And I said, oh, that's great. I'm going to de-stash even more. So I got rid of 2 bins of yarn. And we're not talking small bins. These are big bins. And I pretty much, going through a lot of my yarn, I had 2 empty bins at the end of it, another 7 bags of yarn, and I took it to Goodwill, and the guy goes, oh, don't bring any more after this because it doesn't sell well. Like, really? I thought, I don't know, I guess I keep hearing a lot of people are learning how to craft and everything else because of the COVID times and people being home. And I figured this time of the year, it's fall, and I forget what the temperature is today, but it's been cold today, and I don't get cold easily, but I had to wear a jacket all morning. I wear a sweater outside. I am actually off of work today. I'm off tomorrow, and I'm going to be off on Wednesday. So today I went and brought Daniel's car to be fixed. His door handle broke like months ago, and he kind of brings it up in conversation once or twice, and I forgot about it because if it was me and my door handle broke and I had to wind down the window to open the door for myself in the rain, the first time it rained, I would have been on the phone with the mechanic and brought it in. But he dealt with it. So I was like, okay, I'm off. Let's just set it up and I'll bring it in for you. So he took my van and I took his car in and got that fixed today. Went to breakfast with my girlfriend. She picked me up from there and we had a nice breakfast. And then I came home and worked more on the craft room. So I don't know where I went with all this. Where was I? See, I'm going on a rant today. So basically, the craft room. He moved to the other room. I'm really trying to pare down. I don't want as much in the house as I have now. I'm looking around going, this is ridiculous. I love my stash. but like I have no room to do anything because I have so much. So that's why I'm paring down. I guess that's where I went on the rant. So now I have like, because I'm working from home most days, I have my computer desk set up and my home desk. And I was like, taking off the work computer, putting the sewing machine on because I've been working making a lot of masks. And so I'm tired of doing that. So I wanted to get a desk. Oh my gosh. It never occurred to me. I was excited. I'm like, all right, I planned for 2 weeks that I was going to be off for the 3 days this week. So Friday night I was going to go on to IKEA and I was going to order a desk, and Saturday morning we would go up to IKEA, which is about almost an hour away. So I went on to IKEA, excuse me. Crystal Light iced tea as usual. So I went all the way to IKEA. I went on IKEA only to find out my phone is ringing. All right, I'll call them back. So I went into IKEA only to find out that there's like no desks. So they said, all right, not in Elizabeth, but maybe in one of the others. I looked in the two in New Jersey. One's about an hour away, one's over an hour away. I looked in South Philadelphia, and I really didn't want to travel like 2.5 hours to Maryland. Plus, with COVID going on, New Jersey has a quarantine thing, and I just wasn't comfortable going out of state. And then what if I mentioned it and then not allowed to go back into work? So I figured, all right, better off not doing it that way. Plus, Maryland didn't have it either. So then I found out, all right, there's a limited amount up in Parsippany, New Jersey, which is over an hour away. And so it wasn't the desk I wanted, but IKEA sells separates. So I could get the tabletop I wanted, the corner desk I wanted, because over in the corner I want like the rounded corner desk. And then I wanted my desk that I'm using now. And then from the wall next to my desk, I wanted another desk so I could put 2 sewing machines so I could sit on this side or the other side and sew. So I'd have my serger set up and my sewing machine set up. And then over here I would probably have my embroidery machine. So I would be all set. I'd have my workstation, my embroidery, I'd have my sewing, and I'd have my, computer station, just for my personal stuff. So I said, okay, limited in stock for all the top pieces. Black, I wanted all white. And then black legs, which I said, I really don't want black legs. But I'll deal with it because they didn't have any silver and they didn't have any white. So I said, okay, limited stock, let's go up. So Saturday morning, we went all the way up to Parsippany. The line, just this huge long line, like wrapped around twice. And I'm like, it's going to take 2 hours in line to get into IKEA for a limited stock that when we got in there may not even be there. So do I really want to do that? So I said, no, I'm not doing it. So Daniel and I went to Uno's Pizza because we don't have Uno's around here. And I love Uno's, and well, he loves Uno's. They had Uno's in New York. We really don't have an Uno's near me. And if for those of you who don't know, Uno's Pizza has this Chicago style pizza. It's like a deep dish pizza with a chunkier sauce, and I don't like the chunkier sauce, so I would get my pizza with marinara. And they have, instead of potato skins, they have potato pizza skin. So basically it's a deep dish pizza crust with red potato bacon and cheese. So you have a loaded potato pizza, and it's a personal size, and it's so good. So yeah, I got that. So we went and we did that, came home, and I was frustrated. I mean, I looked on every website I could find. Staples didn't have anything in white that I liked. That was Corner, Best Buy. Where else did I look? Walmart, Target, Amazon. Like everywhere I looked didn't have like the price range that I really wanted to go for. I mean, if I wanted to spend $300-400, yeah, I probably could have gotten a desk, but I didn't want to spend that much. So for right now, I have a folding white table over here, and that's what I'm using now for my sewing machines. And I'm going to show you all that in a minute. I can't believe I went on this whole rant, but I started saying about, how we're redesigning the craft room here and I have so much yarn. So that came to my third WIP. It took a long time. It took 16 minutes to get to my third WIP. So what I'm using is, I'm making a blanket, and I'm using a nice light gray yarn, along with, I've got Everyday DK by Premier, and this color is Sherbet. And then I have this one, which is an ice yarn, and they're both like a 3. I don't think ice yarn really has colors. No, it's just an acrylic yarn, Cakes, DK, those colors. So this gray yarn, you can see right about there, there's these big Karen yarns. They're huge, like as big as my head. And we sat one day and we rolled all of we caked up all of these, and this blanket is living in my little basket with my, sorry about the crinkle, my elephants inside. And I will show you the blanket. It's all done in crochet, and I'm using an LM hook right here. It's a Susan Bates, I think. Yeah, Susan Bates hook, LM. So I'm crocheting this, and I started this last night, and this is where I am in between trying to clean here and bring in the car. I did 120 stitches. Those colors are coming out nice today. So 120 stitches. I can't even get the whole thing in the thing, but see if I put it in half. I also don't want to pull a stitch out, but crochet is definitely easier. So double this, and that's how long it is. Probably a good twin size bed. Definitely going to be a nice throw. So I'm just going to go through all of these, all the gray. I'll probably go until I'm done with all the gray. And if you can see behind me, this bin here on the end, and there's a bin down over this way, over here, and they all have my cakes. So my plan is just to use my cakes up. I'm going to use that end bin there, all those cakes. Those are all DK weight cakes. So I'm going to get a couple of cakes. I'm putting 3 yarns together, 2 DKs and the worsted. So I'm putting all them together, and I want to just stash bust a blanket. I've got a blanket over on my futon that I really love. The cats love it too. It's extremely warm, but I use 7 worsted weight. Well, no, I actually pulled worsted DK, chunky, well not, yeah, chunky. So basically 3, 4, and 5. And I did anywhere from 6 to 7 yarn. Tried to keep about the same thickness throughout. So I would use, like I said, 6 or 7 yarns together to make that. I don't know if I've showed it before. Let me see if I can get it. All right. So this is my first stash busting blanket, which is so thick and really long, really wide. And Tiger right now is laying on the floor on it. So I can't even fit the whole thing. It goes from my toes to here. So it's the perfect blanket for my futon. It's so heavy. I mean, not just heavy warm, but heavy. But I love it. When we were redoing the bedrooms, I slept on the futon. And was it last year? This past year when I had my appendix out, I actually was on the futon and that heavy blanket really felt good. So that's what I used. Now, I'm going to attempt, but I think I'm going to have to. Now, I looked at my LED light over here. Now I see just a ring of light in front of my eyes because I looked at it. I'm going to attempt to turn you around. Whew. That light is bright. Wow, I'm still seeing it. I'm going to attempt to turn you around. I don't know how to turn the camera so it faces like the other way. So I'm just going to have to turn you. All right, so there's my futon. There is, I think that's Reggie in the window. This is my work desk. My futon with the blanket on it and pillows. My printer is way over there. There. And then I have some cubes here. That was the LED light I had on. I have a color wheel up there to help me when I'm crocheting and knitting. I just bought a frame and kind of put it in. It's a little off. And then here is my sewing desk. Sorry if you're getting... I don't even know if you're getting it in there. There's my serger. That's the boyfriend's art stuff right now up on the shelf. And then here's my sewing machine. There's my personal desk. Sorry, it's a little dark. And then over here is my TV with a lot of my good yarn. And right here somewhere, that's where is it? Right here is a cutting table. But this is how my setup is right now. I have all my crochet hooks and all up there. In the basket, basket, right there. And then over here I have books, cotton yarns all on the end there, and then the door going out. So hold on, sorry. Boob shot, sorry. So that is kind of my setup right now. And once I get my desk, where the light was in the corner is going to be the round part of the desk. The light, I'm not sure where that's going to go because it's definitely got to be close. So I think one of the tables is going to have to be out from the wall a little bit. because I have baseboard heating. Tiger, no. So it's definitely got to go somewhere close by so I can see. The LED light, I absolutely, excuse me, I absolutely love for when I realized it's got a magnifying glass on it, and to pick up stitches when doing the socks, I was afraid to do an afterthought heel, but doing the socks with that is so much easier because it just really goes in. And my eyes are getting bad as I get older. Where is Tiger? Tiger. So that's pretty much everything. I really want to get all of this together, and I haven't really been working on my Shopify store or my Etsy store much. I've been pretty much trying to get everything situated around here, so I have the room to take pictures, and I have the room. Do you hear that? That's Tiger. Tiger is my talkative one. Oh, you can see him right by the closet. He's talking because he wants to get in the closet, which he cannot go in the closet. Yeah, because of Tiger and the other cats coming in once in a while now, I make sure all my yarn is put away so I have no cat hair on it. If I'm working on a project that's going to be a gift for someone or to be sold, I make sure it's put away so there's no cat hair on it. I'm really careful not to get cat hair on any of the yarn. Everything's in totes. The minute I come home from the store with anything, it goes in the totes. The fabric I have right here, I had just washed and folded. That's going to go right in the tote. So I'm really careful not to get, because I have friends that are extremely allergic to cats. And if I give them anything with cat hair, I could send them into an asthma attack. I have allergies to cats, but I have always ignored it because I love cats. I love dogs, and I'm allergic to most of them. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I've had now 27 minutes of babbling, just talking about nothing. But I hope you enjoyed it. I told you it was going to be a short one today because the boyfriend's works till 3:30, and then he's usually home by now. But he's probably driving really slow because to him the van is too big. He doesn't like driving it, so he'll probably drive extremely slow. And that's, that's my life right now. It's been like really crazy busy and trying to get the craft room really in place. And over here by the yarn is where I want to really set something up so I can take good pictures of stuff when I make it and sell it, or my hand dyed yarn that I do. I want to start making samples of hats or fingerless gloves or something with my hand dyed yarn so that when I sell it, people can feel it and see it and, wash it so that way they can really feel what it's going to be like when they get it home and actually put something on. So I really want to start doing that. That's going to be like my focus right now, is just setting everything up in here so I could get my stores moving and get ready for craft fairs if they ever start again. I mean, some of them have been starting, but I'm not sure. I would do it with my boyfriend because he's an artist and his is just artwork. But I don't know if I want to bring any of my stuff because people want to touch yarn. People want to touch the amigurumi or try the hat on or put the scarf around them. And in this day and age, with everything going on, I don't think it's a good idea to do a craft fair with any of that type of stuff. So I think I'm going to hold off right now on selling my stuff at a craft fair, but I definitely want to get tables for his artwork and go do that with him. So mainly the way I'm going to sell my stuff is through friends, family, and just try and get the stores online, because I don't see any craft fairs until probably after the holidays. And then after the holidays, people don't want to buy anything. So, or who knows, maybe after the holidays, things will lighten up and people will finally go see their family members and they'll need gifts. I don't know. I think this year is going to be really hard, really crazy, and people are just going to have to, I don't know, we're just going to have to adapt. So I want to say thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. It usually isn't this crazy. Hopefully within the next few weeks, all of this will be, well, not gone, but hopefully put better order. So you're not seeing it. Although sometimes I do like looking because of all the yarn behind me. It's kind of nice, like just going, oh, that's all mine, and that's all mine. But I really need to use it up, start selling some of the stash. Like, those yarns you just buy because they're so beautiful, you buy one. What can you make with one other than a hat? Or, like, most of the time you can't even make a whole scarf unless you're making a cowl. So all those ones I'm putting into blankets now, or I'm going to destash and sell them if I really don't like the colors and if it really doesn't match here or doesn't like fit into what I want to make for a friend or a family member. Because basically, for me, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but to make a blanket, all the time that it takes to make a blanket, I don't feel you can really sell it for what it's worth. So yeah, I think a lot of that yarn is going to wind up being sold or putting into blankets to give to family members. But I don't have a big family, so it's really hard to, make, how many blankets do people need? Although I have friends and my sister who love blankets, love to cuddle up in blankets. I made an Afghan for my mother, 2 Afghans. I've quilted a Christmas one for my mother. I've gotten fleece and embroidered on a blanket for my mother. So my mother loves throw blankets. She loves it in the winter when it's really cold to have one of my big Afghans on her bed. People really don't call them Afghans anymore, though, I noticed. They used to always be called Afghans. If you knit or crocheted, they were always called Afghans. But now all of a sudden they're just blankets. I don't know. It always seemed, I don't know, special to have an Afghan. But anyhow, I'm going to leave now. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to talk to you really soon. Hopefully within the next week or two. Oop, there goes Tiger. I think you've all seen Callie, but you've never seen Tiger. Let me see. No. He's now up in the window, so I'm not crawling over the futon to get Tiger. But thank you again for joining me, and I hope to talk to you all soon. If you have any questions, please ask me down below. Please like the video, and if you're new, subscribe, like, and I will see you again soon, hopefully with something finished, because I seem to always have WIPS, and hopefully I will find the pattern to this stupid sweater. That is so aggravating. All right, thank you very much again. Look at my hair. This is driving me crazy. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.